Welcome everyone. Welcome to another preview. We'll be checking out Frontier Pilot Simulator. If you remember, I've checked this game out about a year and a half ago. And then again, when it came into early access, a year ago. Thereabouts, pretty much. And actually, no. Wait a second. It was 2 years ago, because it's already 2019. And that was 20... Oh, no, it was a year ago. It was 2018 February, I believe. Anyway, doesn't matter. Let's see where this game has gotten to. I'm using a controller for this because this is one of the few games where using a controller is a much better option than using a mouse and keyboard. Or I suppose you could use a joystick. I haven't tried that. But anyway, yeah. The game has evolved, I'm happy to say. And I'm very happy to say that it's just as fun to play as before, if not even more so. Now, I have the second ship available right now, this Ox, I believe this is, and it's not in a very good shape at the moment. My radar is busted, and the top and the bottom left, you can see that. My engines are not doing too well. My battery is a bit, you know, singed, and my steering wheels have seen better days. So what we'll try to do is go to the map and find a place where we can repair. But I like this place, this quarry, because if you go to one of the trawlers and bring the... Oh, wait a second. Oh, they don't have it anymore because I... Oh, okay. So I cannot just grind that. Obviously, if you haven't seen this... Actually, let me go to a place first and I'll show you how that goes. Also, let's see if we can get a passenger here. Where is the passenger here? There's also a cargo box not far from here. That's interesting. Now you can taxi in this game as well, obviously. Oh, there's the passenger. Now, if you haven't heard about this game at all, look at that over there, that day mine. That's pretty cool. If you haven't heard about this game before, it is basically what it says on the box: Frontier Pilot Simulator. It's on a frontier planet where you know, civilization is only trying to get its piece of the pie, and you are a pilot that transports stuff back and forth to the various colonies and such in some very bad environments. And I love it because it's also a simulator. So let's turn on the engines. There's the new UI. Now, just like before, your ship on its own is quite heavy. And again, this is a simulator, so now I'm at full power trying to keep my altitude there. And you gotta, not attitude, but altitude. You gotta be careful when you take on heavy items, by the way. Yeah. Because, just like before, you can get completely stuck. Let's see. He's interested in a taxi ride to Research Platform E. Where is that? Research Platform E. Big Crater Mine. Hard Mine. Research Platform N. Where is Research Platform E? Oh, there. Okay, that's sort of... I don't know if I want to go there. I mean, it's a little bit of extra money, but I don't think I'm interested. Okay, so let's just go to where we pointed our map. Where is it? It's that way. There we go. We also have the wind radar like this. We can... a dangerous level of radiation will be established above 3 kilometers. Okay, full speed ahead. Let's see where our pointer is. Where the heck is it? There we go. Okay, so we're 40 kilometers away from the big crater mine where we can repair our ship because we do have a bit of extra money now. And just like before, this game is so cool. Oh, my ship is making unhealthy noises. Let's change from the VTOL. Wait, what? No. Why can I not change to the... There we go. Let's reduce the power. You might have heard that there's ATC and pilot chats now. So you can receive these various signals, and it really adds to the whole atmosphere of the game. I love the fact that they did that. I mean, the voice acting is at best passable, and at worst a bit laughable. But you know, this is a game that did not meet its Kickstarter funding, which is something I'm very sad about, because I truly believe that these guys deserve the money, because this is just such a cool concept. And it's very well done, despite the fact that they did not get the funding. They're still doing the game and, you know, trying to make something good. And they are. It's just, the progress is very slow, I'll be honest. It is a fairly small team. And like I said, they don't really have the funding or the exposure, for that matter. I'm not really sure what they're talking about. It's too quiet. That's also something I wish there was a setting where you can have well, actually there are settings where you can have everything lower, but everything in the game is so quiet as is, it's fairly difficult to hear. So anyway, you can see this. I can, oh no, I didn't want to do that. More power there. You can, there we go, with this button, with the left stick, you can turn on or off the wind radar, I suppose you could say. I don't really think it's a radar. But it plays a role in how you pilot your ship, because right now I'm going against some fairly heavy-ish winds, which will mean that I use more power or more charge, which is down on the bottom left, on the very bottom left. I'm actually going for Big Crater Mine, I believe. But it also makes you drift when you're VTOLing. Whoa! Look at my engines moving to keep the same direction. That's pretty cool. But yeah, what's new? Well, the graphics have been updated. You've got these modules now, like the radar, steering wheels. You had that before, but it's now much cleaner. Oh, bloody hell! I need to stop here. Optimization is still a bit of an issue, I'll be honest. This is a very powerful computer, and it's, with everything turned up, it's still not getting 60 frames per second, I think. Which is a bit silly, but that's how it is. You gotta be careful about the very right part of the UI, which, you see that orange thing that's now decreasing? That's my descent rate at the moment. I'm less than a kilometer high. So I want to land at that hangar over there. There are no landing clearances at the moment to request. That would be very cool. But, you know, just like before, it's still a simulator. You gotta be careful. You cannot just come in hot, because you will never stop in time. This is an empty ship, and it's a bit of a, you know... It doesn't handle like your fighter, for example. So I'm going to now do something tricky. I'm going to hold down the left trigger, which changes the way the ship... That's not good. Ooh, full power. There we go. Okay, just land here for now. 3, 2, 1. There we go. That wasn't too great. I don't think I need to be aligned for the hangar anyway. There we go. Yellow, and stop, and green. Perfect. So we're going to go into the hangar to repair that engine, which is now on fire. That's nice. There's quite a few updates for your ships. You can buy various upgraded equipment. You can also buy a new ship. There's 3 ships available at the moment. Let's repair a ship. This takes a while. But I kind of like it, because, you know, it's not just press X to repair your ship and that's it. You pay for it, that's it. No, you actually have to repair, you have to wait for the repairs to finish. But on the left, I've got my ship components, and on the right, I have what I can buy. So these are the standard engines, which I'm not interested in, because I have the more powerful engines. These are consumption 50%, power 50%. Wow, okay. They're very heavy, though. Look at that. This is 1.3 tons, and these are 2.4 tons, which... But of course, I would get more power, but also much more consumption. They're also very expensive. More capacity, anti-overload. This doesn't really help me, more capacity, because I have trouble getting off the ground as is. I guess I really would need more power. I don't know. I'm tempted. Let's get it. Why not? So let's remove. They will remove the engines I have at the moment, and they will install the double G cycle engines. Now, considering this, I believe it's a Russian game. Please don't shoot me for that one if it's not a Russian game. I think it's a Russian developer. A lot of the English is sort of, it's a bit wonky, like the standard engines of the 4th modification. I'm assuming they mean these are standard engines Mark IV. I'm assuming that's what they want to say. You know, a lot of the stuff is okay, but sometimes you scratch your head thinking, what is that? Okay, just give me the stats. They also need to make sure that there's a bit more consistency. Like, for example, okay, let's take the standard engines. All right, they've got no stats, and these ones are plus 50% power and consumption. Okay, that's fair enough, but, you know, these are just plus 35% power that I had. Actually, no, I didn't have these ones. But, you know, does that mean they have the same consumption, but just more power? I guess. Anyway, let's get out of here. But I just really like how the game looks, and I love the music, even though it's very quiet. It does remind me of the Firefly series a bit, and I love that. So now we are fully repaired with some shiny new engines. Look at those engines. Okay. There's a passenger here that I'm not interested in at the moment. Oh, expect visual approach. Oh, I think a spaceship is arriving. Because bear in mind, we do not pilot a spaceship. We pilot a regular atmosphere ship. But there are also spaceships that come from orbit and dock on these giant docking things. But I don't think that's one's over here. Yeah, no, that's the spaceport. That's far away from here. Waterfalls. Mountain Spaceway. Do you see that over there? On the radar thing in the center of the screen. It says Spaceway. It's 66 kilometers away. Also, of course, I'll have to turn my ship around because this is not where I want to be. Actually, let's see what these guys have available. They have just some used service drones. That's not really what I want. So I'm going to G-type batteries. I suppose I could get some G-type batteries and bring them to a trawler. So let's see. Yeah, they want G-type batteries. Oh, but they only have biosupplement rich in this whatever. Oh, there's the canned coxcomb. That's what I want. These are really expensive if you bring them all the way across the map over here to this place, the quarry. So that's what I want to do. So let's go to the power station, get some G-type batteries. So where is the... Oh, it's over there. Let's see how these engines perform. Whoa! Look at that. If you look at my power, this thing that I'm moving on the right, if you look at this part, this orangey part here, that means that this is how much power I need to get lift. And this is now at halfway instead of all the way up here where it was before. That's awesome. So these engines are a lot more powerful. But, oh my god, I see my power reserves also going crazy. But, considering I only need 50% power to keep afloat now, or, well, in the air, that should be okay. Alright. A dangerous level of radiation will be established above 3 kilometers. Alright, let's land here, recharge, and get some of that good stuff. Now, just like before, you can trade. You've got these colonists and engineers and all that want to be transported. Okay, let's try to turn around without... Oh, this is really tricky because you have to use 3 fingers all doing different stuff. There's so many things you can bump into. Okay, let's see. No, I don't want to transport you. Is this okay? No, it's not. They want me to be more in the center. Oh, okay, that should be fine. All right, so let's get the G-type batteries. It's 4 tons, which is okay. I can get a maximum of 8 tons on my ship, on this one. But of course, with 8 tons, I don't think I'd be able to move much, even with these upgraded engines. I haven't tried yet, but certainly with the older engines, 4-5 tons was maybe the absolute maximum. So, now that we have this cargo, the map is nice enough to show us where the cargo is required. For example, on these trawlers. So 22,000 is the best one so far. 17,000, and if we wanted to go all the way here to the first island, yeah, that's not a very good price at all. So these guys, yeah, let me find a trawler with a coxcomb. These one don't have it, so let's go to this one. Unfortunately, it's yellow, which means that, as you can see, this is where we'll run out of power, but I don't think that takes into account... there we go. That takes into account the different... flight mode. You can see that the required level has gone up now. Wait a second, where am I supposed to go? This is still not... Quarry... Where is it? Come on. I cannot waste... There it is. Trawler. Alright, I gotta get a bit of altitude here. And let's change... this. There we go. Let's use a lot less power. And yeah, I think these engines are actually very good. Ooh, I need a bit more power. I'm losing altitude. There. I think these engines are just better overall, because despite the fact that they are 50% more powerful and use 50% more charge, you can just use, you know, 50% less power if you don't need it, and you'll be fine. So this is excellent. Okay, I don't want to go too fast, because for some reason if I go... I mean, I can go over the... I think I can go hypersonic, but sometimes bad things happen, so I don't know. Let me see if further up is some more favorable winds. I don't really want to go against the winds all the time. No, it's all just bad. And up on the top... is the compass, and then it says 4:55, which is, I think, the time that you can keep your engines running at that speed. And because our speed is increasing, it's also telling us our maximum range, which is now approaching 80 kilometers. There we go. Boop, 80 kilometers. So that's pretty cool. Let me reduce the power a bit. Also in the lower right, you can see what we have on board, and also its health. Sort of. The red bar, I believe, is the G... Oh, I want to avoid that. Oh. Whew. Not good. There's some volcanoes and such that are not very nice. Oh, I'm also above 2.5 kilometers. I think they said there was some horrible radiation there, so let's get below that. Come on. And we're hypersonic now, I believe. 340. Yeah, I don't care to go hypersonic at the moment. Too much power used. So anyway, if you see when I do maneuvers down there, there's a little G meter that increases. Now this thing can apparently take 40 G. I don't know how the pilot would be able to take that, but apparently the batteries can take 40 G. Now if you exceed that through some bad weather and weird maneuvers, you will of course damage your cargo. And then I'm assuming you'll be able to sell it for less, or, you know, they just want to buy it. But apart from that, I think there's a few new campaign missions. That little island is also new that I started this video at. I think it was new. All of this UI and stuff like that, the various ATC sounds and such, I really love that. It really adds to the whole atmosphere of the game. Now we're below 50% power, so I'm getting a little bit nervous. We're 31 kilometers away, and we still will have to do VTOL there at the end. Can I decrease my power consumption a bit? Yeah, there we go. Let's do that. I do have to say that the controls are pretty good. There is a lot to learn, of course. Whoa. I need some kind of a lighter or something to see the ground. But yeah, they work. They work pretty well. Let me reduce the power a little bit more. We're going 240 meters per second, so that's okay. I don't want to fall below 200, really. Actually, let's decrease the power a bit more. These engines are quite hungry. And, you know, I could have just landed somewhere and gotten a recharge. I still can, just in the middle of nowhere, and call some service drones, but of course it's going to be a lot more expensive. Let's decrease the power a bit more to 200-ish. The nice thing about the controller is that a lot of the things are analog, so you know, they sort of act like a joystick, so you can adjust your power like this. The Y button, by the way, makes the power stick, which is why it's green on the UI right now, so you don't have to keep holding it on these long travels. So that's a pretty nice thing, to be honest. I will try to coast the last part of the way, but I haven't played the game in quite a while, so I'm not that good at it. But the most optimal thing would be to fly over there with power, of course, and then coast the last couple kilometers, slowing down until you actually have to use your own engines. So I think I will start coasting now. I'm losing speed very quickly, but of course I do have to lose altitude as well. I see nothing at the moment. But of course this is a trawler, so this is going to be in the middle of an ocean. Yeah, I'm going to come in way too hot here. Way too hot. Whoa, 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 whoa. This thing does not glide that well, I'll be honest. Okay. There we go. Okay, I started gliding a little too fast. I think this is going to be bad. This is going to be so bad. Whoa. Bloody hell, that was close. See, with 4 tons of equipment on board, it is a lot more difficult to pilot this thing, and I like that. The ship gets a lot more sluggish and unresponsive when you have a lot of stuff on board, and of course with weaker engines. I still have almost 2,000 charged, so that's good. We're fine. There we go. This is the landing zone for the trawler, which should be around here somewhere. And I'm going to offload my batteries and load up some of that coxcomb, which is, I suppose, some kind of canned eels or something edible. This is so cool. I love the fact how all the ailerons and everything on the ship sort of changes and moves. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. That was not the best landing, but I was worried about the rear engines hitting that crane. Okay, there we go. Let's sell these for 21,000. How much did we buy them for? Like 4,000 or something? I don't know. That's pretty nice. Let's also recharge for 1,600 credits. Fortunately, fuel, or, well, charge is pretty cheap. And there's the coxcomb, which we want, which is 2,500 kilos, so that's all right. And it's only 1,000. Now, get this. We buy it for $1,000, and we're going to sell it for about 42,000. I love it. Okay. It's still loading. There we go. Now let's check. All the way over there. See, over here we could sell it for 24,000. Yeah, we will need to land somewhere in between and recharge. And this is 43,000. Look at that. That is quite something. Okay, we're going to land, I suppose, over here. 50 kilometers away and recharge and then continue to over here. Otherwise, that would be pushing it quite a lot. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this little additional preview of Frontier Pilot Simulator. I wish there was more that has been updated. I mean, I'm sure there was a lot under the hood and such. But, you know, if more people know about this game, if more people buy it, I know this is a very niche game, but it is just so much fun if you like a little more simulator stuff in your games. Like I said, this is not an arcade. You have to be a bit careful how you fly these things, and it's very easy to crash, especially when you're carrying heavy cargo. I only have 2 tons on board right now, so that's, you know, it's very little. This thing will just breeze past everything. But yeah, when you have an overloaded ship with underpowered engines, it gets quite hairy when you're on full power and barely lifting off the ground. That's probably at the time when you say, maybe I should not be so greedy, maybe I should just take something that weighs less. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this. Let me know down in the comments below what you think about this game. I think it's absolutely fantastic, despite the optimization issues and bugs that are still present and so on. But it is shaping up to be something very interesting, albeit very slowly. Anyway, have a good one. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.